Cindy Sheehan, the sort of spokesperson for the anti-war movement, has quit. I like somebody quitting a job they don't really have, but saying that it's cost her marriage, much of her resources. There's an enormous financial and emotional toll. Of course, she got very sick last year, spent a lot of time in the hospital, and she says she's just exhausted by the personal, financial, and emotional toll. I'm going to take whatever I have left and go home. She says her son Casey. She says, "Look, here's the facts. My son Casey died for nothing."
Jesus.
Obviously, her story is an incredibly sad one. She's very frustrated. She says that there was also that she had a public break with the Democratic Party, and she says that caused many liberal bloggers to get very angry at her, refer to her as a media whore, she was referred to as.
I disagree with some of the things that Cindy Sheehan said, and to the point where I was like, I really wish she hadn't said that, right? I didn't lose a son in Iraq. None of these people lost a son in Iraq. So shut up, okay? She's allowed to say whatever she wants, and, all these people who just get all over her. I mean, do you have any idea how you would react if you lost a son in an absolutely pointless war? I mean, I'm not sure I could keep my sanity. I don't know how my parents would react. I don't know how anybody I know would react. But it wouldn't be in a calm way, that's for damn sure.
Anyway, she writes here, she says, "It was so painful to me to know that I bought into this system for so many years, and Casey, her son, paid the price for that allegiance. I failed my boy, and that hurts the most because she was unable to end the war." And that breaks my heart a little bit because, of course, she did not fail her son. In fact, she did her son, I would say, enormously proud, and I hope that at some point she realizes that.
Look, we crush our heroes. We do. And then later, I guarantee you right now, 10, 20 years from now, Cindy Sheehan is going to have statues of her put up. Why? Okay, not because she made one or two comments that people disagree with, but because overall she fought. And that's what a democracy is all about. One person with absolutely no power, none whatsoever, took on the whole system and came pretty close to, to not stopping it, but having an effect. She had an effect.
No, she didn't. I mean, she didn't come close. She has had an effect, and that's what if I could, I know you've got more anger to get out of there, but I just mean, this is, for people who haven't spent their lives following politics as I have, but I mean, it is hard to do what the Democrats and what the anti-war Democrats have tried to do. And now, of course, they have the whole country with it. It is incredibly hard, and it's ridiculously frustrating. And I think I'm almost as frustrated as anybody else about the failure last week to send another bill to the president. But I don't think there was going to be an override, and I think the bill was going to go through anyway. So I always thought it was an inevitability because that's how this system works, and it is a ridiculously frustrating system. But she, with a couple of very specific politicians, were able to make a gargantuan difference. And if the time comes that we're actually able to do this, Cindy Sheehan will have played a gigantic role.
We do this every time. While they're doing the heroic things, we look to destroy them. And they're almost, look, to the point where I'm almost going to use a goofy word I don't even believe in. But there are, so let me say it with that grain of salt added to it. There are evil people out there who are looking to crush people like Cindy Sheehan. And they pretend to be for the troops. Look, if you actually cared about the troops, and if you actually cared about people like Casey Sheehan, you would respect Cindy Sheehan, and you'd say, listen, I disagree with you, and here's the parts I disagree with, but I understand why you're doing it, and that's part of the American system. These people don't respect her. They don't respect her son. They don't respect the sacrifice. They don't respect the troops. All they're looking is for their own political agenda, and they will crush anyone that gets in the way. And then later we'll say, oh, we're so sorry. How did we not realize that you are putting on a heroic fight that was at the core of our democracy? Whether we agree or disagree, even if you fully disagree with Cindy Sheehan on her central point, you have to respect what she's doing as part of our democratic system. And these people don't respect that. And they tried in every way to assassinate her character. And it was despicable what they did to her. And I think she is flat out an American hero for what she did. And by the way, it's not just about Casey Sheehan. She got, through her actions, she had an effect, and we will probably leave Iraq just a little sooner because of what Cindy Sheehan did. And that might just save 2, 3, 10, 20, 180 other sons in America like Casey Sheehan.
Yeah.
And for that, she should have statues put up all across America in her honor.
Look, right. If it happened 6 months earlier, that could, that could easily, the rate we're going, that's 700 young soldiers.